Yeah, well, Ascension, we're all going through a path, we're all going different routes, and it's happening. And I think I was confused a while back when I saw these protests, and I thought I've never wanted to do a protest. And I've never seen one protest effective. Maybe it made people that were protesting and people that saw it feel better, but it didn't really change anything. And so I thought, well, protests are no good. And then I thought, well, you could take these people and and put them in jail and in the court system. But I don't believe in the court system. I believe that that whole thing is corrupt. I think all of government is corrupt. So I thought, well, how do we do this? Because what I believe now, today, is that where we came from is heaven, and it's very high frequency. Where we're going back there, and everybody's going to go. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist or whatever you proclaim. You're God's children, and you can say that God isn't your father all you want, but He is. So you can either come back to Him and enjoy the ride, or you can say, "Oh, I don't believe in you." But eventually, you'll keep coming back here as soon as that person dies and goes up to heaven. And as soon as they think something, they're there and they go, "Oh my God." And they realize that, boy, I've been talking shit my whole life. And so the next time they come back, they probably will shy away from being an atheist again, I would think. But say you got past all that. Say you detached from 3D completely. Say um, you don't have any attachments. Say you've surrendered to your higher self. You got Jesus in your heart. Say you accept, you surrender all of your energy to God the Father. And then you think, God, it's so nice here. Nothing could touch me now. And I went through so much shit. I thought, well, what is my mission? And then when it came to me that one time I wanted to rid this whole planet of negative energy. So that is the key. So how do we do that? This is how. We're doing it now. Our frequency was so low in the earth that we couldn't, we had to be at 200 or above in order to have um, enough love. If you're 200, if you're below 200, that's a dividing line. You cannot ever ascend. You can't ever get out, and something would have to happen. So Gaia called out, it has to happen internally. It can't happen from external sources. We have to do it. So I think now, because where we're at, it's all love. And that's the only thing that's real. And all these negative emotions like fear and doubt and guilt and insecurity and depression, that's all fake. That's all. I mean, you really feel like it, and you determine that's what it is, but you got sucked into an illusion. So, how do we eliminate this? Well, the more of us that see this, you will, and the more we detach from all of that. So, heaven on earth, I mean, guilt and shame and all that shit ain't in heaven. It's only here. We had to come all the way down from millions of strands up there to come down to these three strands to clean this shit up. And the way you do it is just the same way as if they tried to get to heaven. You'd have so much light, it would just burn them. And I think that's the way we do it. And, that's, I think it has to happen collectively. It can't be one person. And as soon as people see that, hey, it doesn't have to be yin and yang, it doesn't have to be demiurge, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. We can clean this shit up just like it is in heaven. That's what we came here for, is to clean this shit up. I mean, I went through traumas and everything, but once you face all of your traumas, you Ask forgiveness from every thought that's ever come into your head about anybody, and you made it right. And there's no more shit in there. You think, let's clean this shit up. We don't need this anymore. And it's kind of like, I don't think we ever needed it, but it's easy to get stuck here because we got a free will. So we have a free will. Let's use it to choose to go back so that God can bring out the fatted calf for us. Let's come back to God, the Father. And you got to give your energy to something. Give it to God, the Father. It's source. And it just comes right back to you anyway. So I hope that maybe I'll go more into that later.